Dear student, welcome to Introductory Biology section. Today's class we will discuss about morphology of flower and inflorescence. Objective to study about morphology of flowering plants with special reference to flower and inflorescence. Learning outcome. Dear student, you will know about the morphology of flower and inflorescence. The flower and inflorescence. The flower is a modified shoot wherein the shoot apical meristem changes to floral meristem. Internodes do not elongate and the axis get condensed. The apical produces various floral appendages laterally at successive nodes instead of leaves. When a shoot tips transform into a flower, it is solitary. If you will see the image, there is lots of beautiful flowers is there, and here is the typical example where is the leaf primordial, floral meristem, inflorescent meristem, floral meristem, and leaf primordial. Through this structure, you are able to understand the flowers, flower. You will see the different types of uh, flower arrangement. Arrangement of cluster of flowers on the floral axis is called inflorescence. Based on whatever the apex gets, convert it into a flower or continue to grow. Inflorescence are two types. First is the racemose and second one is the cymose. You have the example of the flowers where is the racemose and where is the cymose. Racemose. In this, the main axis continue to grow. Flowers are borne laterally in an acropetal succession, but in cymose, in this the main axis terminate in a flower, hence is limited to grow. The flowers are borne in a basipetal order. If you will see the racemose and cymose photograph, then you are easily understand the natural and the model of the flowers. So you understand what is the basic difference between the racemose and cymose. The flower. It is the reproductive unit in the angiosperm. It is meant for sexual reproduction. A flower has a stalk that you say pedicle. It's swollen and is called thalamus, that is receptacle. Reduced leaf found at the base of pedicle is called bracts. Flowers with bracts are called bracteate and those without bracts are ebracteate. See the flower where its leaf, stamens is there, petals, anthers, ovary and sepals and bracts. If you will do the section cutting, then you easily understand stigma, anther, petals, ovary, sepals, receptacle and pedicle. Flower. A typical flower has four kinds of holes arranged on thalamus. Calyx and corolla makes the accessory organ. Androecium and gynoecium jointly is the reproductive organs. Anthers and filaments jointly make the stamens. We say the androecium. Stigma, style, ovary in three joint. We will say carpel, that is the gynoecium. Petals are the corolla. and sepals are calyx. So ovules is also here and receptacles in the flower. So in some flowers like lily, the calyx and corolla are not distinct. It is termed as perianth. When a flower has both androecium and gynoecium, it is bisexual. The flowers having either only androecium or only gynoecium is unisexual. Types of flower based on the symmetry, how we will prepare the symmetry, then you will see the lining, red color lining will show you. Based on the symmetry, flowers are three types. If first is the actinomorphic radial symmetry, zygomorphic bilateral symmetry, C asymmetric, that is irregular. In the image, I have given a red color line. Based on this line, you understand the basic difference between actinomorphic, zygomorphic, and asymmetric flower. Types of flower, in first we will discuss about actinomorphic or radial symmetry. Here a flower can be divided into two equal radial halves in any radial plane passing through the center, like mustard, dhatura and chili. Next is the zygomorphic or bilateral symmetry. Here, a flower can be divided into two similar halves only in one particular vertical plane. The example is pea, gulmohar, bean, and cassia. Next is the asymmetric or irregular. Here a flower cannot be divided into two similar halves by any vertical plane passing through the center, that is canna. Based on number of floral appendages, flowers are many types. First is the trimerous. Floral appendages are multiple of 3. Tetramerous floral appendages are multiple of 4. Pentamerous floral appendages are multiple of 5. Based on the position of calyx, corolla, and androecium in respect of the ovary on thalamus, the flowers are three types. First, hypogynous. Second, perigynous. Third is epigynous. The example of hypogynous, perigynous, and epigynous with the live specimens is given here for better understanding. The gynoecium occupies the highest position while other parts are located below it. The ovary is superior, that is mustard, china rose, and brinjal. Perigynous, when gynoecium is located in center and other parts of flower are located on the rim of the thalamus almost at the same level. The ovary is half inferior, that is plum, rose and peach. Epigynous, the margin of thalamus grows upward enclosing the ovary completely and getting fused with it. Other parts of flower arise above the ovary. The ovary is inferior, that is guava, cucumber, ray forest of sunflower. Calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. If you will dissect the flower, then you will segregate all like calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium. Parts of flowers. Flowers have Lots of parts like androecium, gynoecium, corolla, calyx, and pedicel. Sepals and calyx is also there. It is the outermost hole of flower. It is made of sepals. Generally, sepals are green, leaf-like and protect the flower in the bud stage. The calyx may be gamosepalous, sepals united, or polysepalous, that sepals are free. Corolla, it is the whole inner to calyx. It is composed of petals. Petals are brightly colored. It helps to attract insect for pollination. Corolla may be gamopetalous. Petals are united, or polypetalous. Petals are free. Shape and color of corolla vary in plants. Corolla may be tabular, bell-shaped, funnel-shaped, or wheel-shaped. Estivation. It is the mode of arrangement of sepals and petals in whole wood is known as estivation. Estivation have different types, that is velvet estivation, twisted estivation, imbricate estivation, vexillary or papilionaceae. Vexillary estivation is also there. So like uh, flowers example is also given here, and flower as well as sample. So first we will discuss about the velvet. Sepals or petals in whole just touch one another at the margin without overlapping. Like Calotropis procera, arc plant, you will easily to see the velvet estivation. Next is twisted. One margin of appendages overlap that of the next one, and so that is China rose, ladyfinger and cotton. That is the example of twisted estivation. Imbricate. The margin of sepals or petals overlap one another but not in any particular direction. That is Cassia fistula and Gulmohar. There you will see the imbricate estivation. Next is the vexillary. In this, there are 5 petals. The largest standard overlaps the 2 lateral petals, that is wings, which is turn overlap the 2 smallest anterior petals, nil. P and beans, you will see the vexillary, or especially in the family Papilionaceae, you will see the vexillary estivation. Androecium. It is composed of stamens. Each stamens represent the male reproductive organ. A stamen consists of a stalk, that is the filament, and an anther. Each anther is generally bilobed. Each lobe has 2 chambers called pollen sac. Pollen sac contains pollen grains. A sterile stamen is called staminode. When stamens are attached to petals, they are epipetalous. The example is brinjal. When stamens are attached to perianth, they are epiphyllous in lily. If the stamens in flower are free, it is called polyandrous. If the stamens are united, it is called cyaandrous. Cyaandrous stamens are many types. First is monadelphous. Stamens are united into one bunch or one bundle, that is in China rose. Diadelphous. Stamens are united into two bundles, that is P. Polyadelphous stamens are united into more than two bundles, that is citrus. Androecium, there are may be a variation in the length of filamentous or filaments within a flower, that is salvia and mustard. Gynoecium, you can also say the pistil, is the female reproductive part of the flower and is made up of one or more carpels. Carpels are three parts. First is stigma, second is style, third is ovary. If you will see the picture, then you easily understand the stigma, style, and ovary. Stigma, it is generally at the tip of the style and is the receptive surface for pollen grains. Style, an elongated tube that connects ovary to stigma. Ovary, it is the enlarged basal part on which the style lies. Each ovary bears one or more ovules attached to a flat cushion-like placenta. Polycarpally pistils, pistil with many carpels, are two types. First, apocarpus, second, syncarpus. Apocarpus carpels are free, that is lotus and rose. See in the image, you easily understand. Syncarpus, that is carpels are fused, that is mustard and tomato. Placentation. Uh, it is the arrangement of ovules on the placenta within the ovary. It is many types. First, marginal, second, axial, third, parental, fourth, placental, sixth, basal. First, we will discuss about marginal. The placenta forms a ridge along the ventral surface of the ovary and the ovules are borne on this ridge forming two rows. It is found in peas. If you will see the pea, then you understand. Axial, the placenta is axial and the ovules are attached to it in a multilocular ovary. It is found in China rose, tomato, and lemon. See in the pics. Next is parental. The ovules develop on the inner wall of the ovary or on peripheral part. Ovary is on one chamber, but it becomes two chambers due to formation of false sepals, that is mustard and Argemone mexicana. Precentral. Ovules are born on central axis and septa are absent, that is dianthus and primrose. Basal. Placenta develops at the base of ovary and a single ovule is attached to it. Sunflower and marigold is the example of the basal. After fertilization, the ovules develop into seeds and ovary mature into a fruit. Few practice question is here. This is frequently asked question, dear student. I hope it will help you. What is morphology of flowering plant? What makes a flowering plant a flowering? What makes a flowering plant for a flowering plant purposes? What are three examples of flowering plants? What are example of non-flowering plant? what is the reproductive structure of a flowering plant, which component of flowering plant is a female structure. These are few references here giving. Thank you very much.